Put away niggerish ways, long with childish things. I'm a grown man, can't you sit at dinners that are correspondence? Know how to place your toes in sands and beaches foreign. Say understand, my blessings come in the abundance. Know I attain favor, if it's you I find. I love how you teach through your speech. You walk like a virtuous woman, so baby can you preach? Does wisdom grace your tongue? Can you stand next to a king? Say nah, I ain't chasing riches, it's wealth I'm leaving. A heritage for our children, starting it off with wisdom and and all of your getting understanding. Get this, the realest thing I could ever tell you is lean to God's understanding, not your girlfriend's whispering.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through emotion, hit God up. See, a man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
Say, are you in church to find man or to find God? What are you bringing to the table besides that pretty face? What's between your thighs? Your pause has his answers that contradict your eyes. Cover girl lies. Are you equally yoked with those you associate? With your girlfriend's drama be defecation we never ate? Say, do you have children? Do you love being a mother? What's the relationship like between you and the father? What's the bond with your parents? Where you see yourself in 5 years? Are you sheltered, driving, working? Are you moving up in corporate? What's your views on celibacy, marriage, family, honesty, loyalty? Have a sense of humor. Can you answer these? What's your skills in the kitchen that I'm missing? So delicious, make you that woman I'm willing to submit to. Will you submit to me? Would you pray with me? Wait, do you even know what love means?
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through emotion, hit God up. See, a man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
I guess you rule, that makes me Boaz. So do you really know what love is? They say love is patient, we don't have to rush this. We can take our time, work at it. God say love is kind and don't envy, boast or be proud. From Mars they can see how this purity gets down. Cause love ain't dishonest and love ain't self-seeking. Are you easily angered? Love, where's your meekness? Are you constantly speaking records of his wrong? Haven't healed from daddy's past, that's why you delighting in evil. Say, will you rejoice in the truth? Especially if I speak it and you know I protect you. Cause God say that's what love do. Love protects, that means I profess, provide, always trust, and always keep hope alive. I preserve this love for you, cause love never fails. I love you, baby, sincerely, blessed.
Tell me, do you really know what love is? In and out relationship worthless. Man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by his side, together focused. See, listening to your friends can get you caught up. When you're going through emotion, hit God up. See, a man was put on earth with a purpose. Good woman by your side to stay focused.
Yeah, welcome back to the WakeBake and Coffee Morning Show. As usual, y'all know we normally get kicked out. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I was waving. We ain't say nothing, but it's all good. So I thank God for getting kicked out, but I thank God for allowing us to be able to come back in and do what we do best. We back in the building. And the only thing we was doing was telling people that, you know, your checks are coming and the things that you have to do to get it. Oh, and I received a message from Navy Federal. So again, if you are getting direct deposits, they will start tomorrow. As early as 12 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you are getting paper checks, you're not going to see those until May. So, now, whatever spirit we made mad, whoever we made mad, whatever spirit we made mad, trying to help people out as we always do, I guess I might as well go ahead. I might as well go ahead and just make you more mad than what you were before you got us kicked off. And Since Mama Quita got us on mute, that means I don't think she hearing what I'm saying right now. So let me go ahead and get this on out before Mama Quita comes back in. So whatever spirit
I
that
can hear you. You just can't hear me. Thank you.
oh, I don't, okay, I'm sorry. So whatever spirit we made, man, just understand this. This show is not ours. It's Jesus' show. So now you gonna make me say
It make
Jesus.
no spirits mad, dude. That was just the internet just was acting retarded.
Listen, listen, listen. Can't be. I'm plugged directly into the internet.
You don't get an enemy. You don't get an enemy credit for
Okay,
everything. Something just
got you.
happened.
So whatever happened, all I can say is, guess what? This is something that's been bothering me since I've saw the picture, I saw the news article, I've heard a couple of people mention it, my pastor mentioned it, I've been asked about it by a couple of seniors, by a couple of people I know. Somebody tried to argue me down about it the other day, which I didn't understand why. And it's this mass grave that they have in New York City. And I was asked, how do I feel about this mass grave? And why do they have this mass grave? Now, not even in China did 8,000 people die in one weekend. Not even in Italy did 8,000 people die in one weekend. Not even in Atlanta. Not even in New Orleans, which is another great hot spot. Not even in California, which is another hot spot. Did 8,000 people just miraculously die in one weekend. But all of a sudden, just in one weekend, 8,000 people died in New York. And apparently they built this big, massive grave. But what has been crazy to me is they said these are 8,000 unclaimed bodies. How you feel about that, Mama Quita?
Did you hear that?
Sound like the young lady told him to get out.
No, she told him to sit down. Yeah, I think they
Now,
worked on the nerve that they have upstairs.
mm,
Um, but at this point, I am not sure what's really going on. Um, it is really somewhat baffling to me. But I'm not going to say that the virus is not taking lives, or not going to make it where it's not as it is serious. But to say that it's on the grand scale that they're making it, no. So to say that all of those people died from the coronavirus, I am not convinced. Um, if you have been following what's going on and seeing what's going on, we know that they are trying to make the virus the cause of darn near everybody. in which we know that is not true. Um, and for 8,000 people to not be claimed by somebody, I believe that there are people out there who are not being claimed, but 8,000 people to not be claimed, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's all I got to say. I don't believe that.
Hmm. The first time I heard it, Mama Quita, it dropped in my spirit that it was fake. It's not true. And when you start to think about 8,000 bodies, 8,000 people just died in one weekend, and then we just gonna throw 8,000 people in a body bag. First off, y'all don't even have that many body bags. So are y'all recycling body bags? You ain't even watching that TV, Mayor. So she going to beat some children. She going to beat some children. Yeah, it's in the window, Mayor. So my take is 8,000 people died in one weekend. And as Mama Quita said, even the nurse came, the doctor, she came on in a press conference and said that they are listing everything as coronavirus. So if you stomp your big toe, it was because of the coronavirus. If you cut yourself, it was because you had the coronavirus. Everything is being blamed on the coronavirus. And every time I heard it, every time someone mentioned it, every time they showed it on the news, my spirit kept telling me this is not real. This is fake. This is not real. So, um my thing and what really sits with me is the fact that you have 8,000 people unclaimed. That's unheard of. You had less people die in the World Trade Center, and every life was claimed in the World Trade Center collapsing or the World Trade Center situation. So, are you telling me that I know for a fact somebody I know related to, kin to, however the case may be, has went to the doctor, apparently has the virus, dies, and I'm not gonna claim the body? I know too many people who would claim the body just for the insurance money. Now, New York has a homeless population of close to 8,000.
That means every homeless person would have to have died. And that means that they still wouldn't have nobody that would know that anything happened. Like I've had homeless uncles, and regardless, they were homeless, but we still knew where they were, what was going on with them. And the hospital knew if anything happened, if they ended up in the hospital, they
Call
called
us.
my mama,
Right.
and we was right there.
And that's another thing. 8,000 people show up to the hospital. I don't care what hospital you go to, they ask for certain information. Name,
They keep it
address,
out.
date of birth, social security number, next to kin, and an emergency contact. They always ask for a next of kin and an emergency contact person. So are you telling me 8,000 people just showed up to the hospital on a Thursday and didn't put down no emergency contact, no address, no social security number? Like, y'all could find people in 9/11. Y'all was able to find body parts, do DNA tests, find people, bury what you could, and people were claimed to the point where every year y'all come out and y'all say the names of people every year who died in the World Trade Center. And now all of a sudden in the exact same city, y'all got 8,000 people unclaimed, like 8,000. Now if y'all said we had 80 people down here unclaimed, I probably would have bought that. 8, 80, maybe 100. But 8,000 unclaimed bodies? I can't buy that. And y'all say y'all dug a mass grave on a whole nother island that don't nobody goes to and dumped the bodies there. So how are families supposed to get insurance? Like, what happened if people don't come back home? You see what I'm saying? Even people who are in senior facilities, you still gonna contact the senior facility. You see what I'm saying? If people live in senior homes, you're still gonna contact the home that they came from. So you just telling me 8,000 families just say, you know what? If they die, we not gonna go down there. And I understand the seriousness in New York or how they're trying to play the seriousness. But what's crazy is this happened this past weekend, right? 8,000 bodies were unclaimed this weekend, but just yesterday, the governor of New York was talking about opening the city back. I'm just saying, what a quick way to clean up the streets. How we get the homeless off the streets? Well, we collect the homeless. Let's give them the virus. Let's say 8,000 people died of the virus. We're going to stick them in these body bags. We're going to take them over to this island. We're going to drop their bodies over there. And we're going to tell the world that 8,000 people died in a weekend. And 3 days after 8,000
Ah,
people died, y'all are in negotiations of
turn
opening
another
up the
one.
city. So 8,000 people died on Friday. Y'all burying them on Saturday. Monday, you're talking about opening back up the city. And Wednesday, checks supposed to be coming out.
Coincidence?
Nah, because I told you they was gonna open up the country as soon as they cut the first check. Because about 500,000 people got checks last week, direct deposit. And that
Checks for what? They didn't even pass the law till last week.
no,
They didn't start coming out till this week.
no, folks got checks last week
Who? Where?
in America. This law got passed 2 weeks ago. Two and a
They
half.
were still arguing about it 2 weeks ago.
All right. He signed off on his paperwork before April. I mean, like right as April started. Bill got signed about a week and a half later. About a couple people got some checks. Some people got checks yesterday. and I got that verified.
Mm, okay. Move, dog.
Half a
Um,
million people got checks last week. I know somebody who shown me someone they know personally who got a check yesterday.
mm,
And the rest of all of the direct deposits, because remember, this was supposed to start it up last week because Trump wanted the country open by Easter.
mm-hmm.
Right. So now, here we are, 8,000 people just miraculously go unclaimed. Then, wait a minute. You was just crying on here how y'all was the worst city with it ever. Then you was the worst city with it ever. Then you bashed Trump. Then Trump came to your rescue. Then you praised Trump for a whole week on the news. Because every governor is doing these press conferences every day. Every governor to their state. The same way Brian Kemp comes out and talks in Georgia. Como comes out and speaks in New York every day. Last week, he praised Trump almost every day. Trump, 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 Trump. Then all of a sudden, 8,000 people die on a Friday. Y'all burying 8,000 people on a Saturday. And now there are 8,000 people unclaimed. So that's 8,000 insurance joints that just miraculously just probably got signed over to the state. Okay? Now, here you are yesterday. For you to have the greatest population bigger than California, and California is like one of the largest states next to Texas. Texas doesn't even have these many. California is twice the size of New York and don't have as many. New Orleans is just as bad. But New York is like ground zero. And not only are y'all like ground zero, at the same time, y'all had 8,000 people die, but yesterday you're talking about opening the city. But me and Mama Quita told y'all 2 weeks ago, as soon as they start cutting checks, they about to open the cities back up. Because they know what y'all about to do. Y'all miss certain things. Lord, just let me get my check before the big spenders do. Because I was hoping I got these checks last week before the stocks went up. And that's okay, because I'm still going to buy some. Because I know y'all about to get 1,200 on Wednesday. Y'all going to be broke on Friday. And as a shareholder of some of these companies I know y'all going to spend y'all money with, I like to say thank you to the American people. Make sure that y'all, if y'all decide y'all want to take a cruise, make sure y'all do Carnival. Go on Carnival. If you want to fly, do Delta American Airlines. You know, support our systems. Make sure we can get our people back to work. I, I, I thank y'all so kindly. I really do. Y'all have been a blessing. You will allow for me and my family to travel great and at the end of this year. Oh, and don't spend all your money. Cause just understand when y'all file taxes next year, I went to go pull the bill up myself. Let me go see this thing. To all y'all that's getting this 1,200, just know when you file taxes next year, you already $1,200 in debt to the government. So spend your 1,200 wisely. Okay? Invest your 1,200 to where you can get back 5 grand. So you can take 12, So when they ask for their money back, you can get it to them. That's all I can tell you. But I need for you people in New York to go claim your family members. There's some homeless people that's been taking place. Also, speaking of cover ups, a lot of our people are going to court that we don't know about. Local courts are closed. Aren't the courts closed? But the Supreme Court was hearing rulings yesterday. The Supreme Court was open Monday. And they was open last week. And there's some federal courts that has been open, and they are bringing indictments against some people. And what's crazy is I saw something else yesterday that a lot of this Spygate is almost coming to an end. And I spoke about Spygate late last year. I showed y'all the poster of Spygate. What I can tell you now is a lot of people are starting to be arrested. A lot of extra investigations have started. Hillary Clinton has been ordered back to court. So, what I can tell you is this. It it's about to go down. When they say drain the swamp, they drain in the swamp. And what did you think about President Trump's presentation yesterday?
Didn't see it. You know, I'll never watch them. I watch them late.
Okay,
I watch them after the fact.
so, so Trump did this whole presentation yesterday. After, right before, you know how they have the press conference, and he comes in and he does the press right. So Trump did this whole entire press conference. It started in December 2019, where they asked top Democrats, what did they think about the coronavirus? Oh, this is nothing. It's like the flu. Da 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 da. It's this, it's that. Don't worry about it. We don't need nothing to worry about. The middle of January, actually, it was on Dr. King's birthday. Trump stopped all flights in from China. Then he went from that to showing what they called him a racist and a bigot, and I don't understand why he doing this and this, that, and the third. And when I say he just went down the entire timeline all the way until yesterday of everything that they said that he didn't do, he showed that he did, and he showed how they are not covering it. Trump has been draining not only the swamp in politics, he has been showing you how the media not only plays against him, but how the media plays on us. It pulls on our emotions. And when I say it pulls on your emotions, if you're not emotionally sound, and if you can't see things for what they truly are, then it's easy. Now I see why when the Antichrist come, it's gonna be so easy to even deceive the elect. I can see how it's gonna be so easy. Said even the elect will be deceived. That means those that are in charge of the church, those who supposed to know better, those your prayer warriors, those that you seen do miracles, they will also be easily deceived. And I can see how. Because we went to bed one day, they was talking about mass murder at the mall. I wake up the next morning, and all I see is corona, 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 corona. At first, I thought they was advertising. They went full blown. Everything is the weather is about corona virus. Everything. And it's crazy because me and Mama Quita joked about this in January. I went back and saw it. Where I was like, please don't. I was like, something is about to happen. Don't allow these folks to trick you off the street. And I wasn't even paying attention. And when I watched it, I knew it wasn't me. I was being led at the time when I was watching it. And I'm listening to myself and I'm like, oh man, I'm being led by the Spirit to speak. And then it's like, listen, something is coming. Do not allow these folks to trick you off the street. And then 2.5 months later, when I say 2 months later, we getting tricked off the street by the media and hysteria. Like, it was mind blowing to me. As to as many people who say, I love Christ, I believe in the Bible, I believe in God, this, that, and the third. It's like, oh, okay. But here we are, tricked off the street. Self quarantine in the house, kicking it. I'm talking about just you wake up every day and it's like the introduction to the news is the quarantine, is the coronavirus, the is red with the virus thing on it. And what's crazy is every news station has the exact same story and they're showing the exact same pictures. And this is not the same. This is not like 2511. This is like Atlanta, Albany, Macon, Richmond, New York, Chicago, LA, Texas. It's like this. They're telling the exact same story with the exact same pictures. Georgia doesn't even have a full 1% of deaths. They don't even have a full 1% of people with the virus. But if you let the media tell you there's only 11,000 people in Georgia. I know some high schools who got more than 11,000 people. Listen, listen, man. I can see how the Antichrist is going to come in. This is nothing. This was cakewalk. This was practice. This is cakewalk. The military is here. They just finished talking down Russia and Saudi Arabia from going to war. America is starting to produce oil. Some former presidents and top-ranking officials have been indicted, or they are facing indictments. There's been massive storms taking place. There's a lot of things that's still going on in the world. But everybody is consumed of this coronavirus. And I really want y'all to pay attention because Philadelphia passed a law that said you can't get on the bus without a mask on. But what's crazy is the police showed up to pull a guy off the bus without a mask on, but the police didn't have a mask or gloves themselves. That don't make you stop, question, and wonder. So wait a minute. I got to have on a mask, but the police don't, and they showed up like 12 deep. They showed up like 12 deep to pull one man off a bus. They ain't got on no gloves. They don't have on no mask. No social distancing taking place. They coming in 20 cars deep at churches. Churches are being fined. There's a church in Atlanta being fined every Wednesday and Sunday. He told him he didn't care. He'll pay it. That's why he worked. He'll pay the fines. They forced the churches online. That's so they can see what you preaching about. So now your 501c3 is in jeopardy. Hmm. So I just want y'all to take heed, man. Don't let this thing get y'all fooled. Because this is just the beginning of travail times. Some say the beginning of birth pains. Some say this is the beginning of the end. Whichever interpretation you read, NIV, New King James, this is the beginning. And as Trump said it, y'all, when he get out of office, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. He said if y'all put him out, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. There's still earthquakes taking place. There's still famine taking place. There's still water slides and tornadoes, hailstorms taking place. There was just a hailstorm last week. Big Juice just had to take cover last week for tornado warnings. Same thing just happened here right around the corner in Atlanta. Tornadoes. I didn't see it.
I slept like a baby.
But boy, look here.
It came right through my area, and I slept like a baby.
Boy, look. My uncle called and was like, y'all didn't get the tornado warning? I was like, man, I ain't hear nothing. I was asleep. And when I say slept like a baby, I'm talking about slept like a baby. And then
I woke up. I had all kind of text messages. You okay? Text me. Y'all all right? I looked out the window. Oh, everything intact. Oh, we good.
did you even get an alarm? I didn't.
Uh, I don't know. I was asleep.
I didn't even get no. I mean, cause you know it'll still be on your phone and your notification. I didn't. Our area didn't even get an alarm.
Well, I did get something. I did. I did get the emergency weather, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't
And
even
I
get that.
heard when I went to sleep, I heard this the storm, but I didn't know it was like that bad. Like, I'm about to sleep good. It's raining. It's the best sleep ever. Yeah, I
Right.
went to sleep, slept like a baby.
And it's crazy because I was outside at about like 12:30, and I could see like the wind blowing hard. And I came back on in the house, and literally my uncle is probably about maybe 10, 15 minutes from here in a car. Tamara is about another good 10, 15 minutes from here. They got it. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get no warning. We didn't, they, nothing. Slept. Said my prayers. Thank you, Lord, for the day. Watch and protect and keep me and my household covered in the blood of Jesus. Protect, cover this entire building, this street, this neighborhood, this block. Keep us safe as we sleep. And guess what I did? I went to sleep. I didn't even get up until almost 9:45. And you know when it's rain, that's when you sleep good, you sleep long. Listen, boy, stop it, I say. Listen, man. I ain't I'm It's something that Mama Quita told me that yesterday I was in my study and God slapped me right in the face with it. And when I say he slapped me so hard in the face with it, I I should have like this big print right here. Stop living in your past because your past will cause fear and hinder your future. And because a lot of us are living in fear, we are worried about coulda, shoulda, woulda. God said, I don't give out a spirit of fear. So why you living in fear? He said, fear is not love. Fear does not live in him. He don't do fear. He don't do scary. He don't do that. So
Perfect love casts out all fear. Fear and fear and faith can't reside in the same place.
so why are we living in fear? Why why are we allowing this to scare us? She can't see you, Mary. Mary was waving at you.
Good morning, Miss Mary.
Good morning, Miss Mary. So come out of the fear. Look forward. And if you're forgiven, you shouldn't worry about your past. And in these days of time, you shouldn't even be thinking about reverting back to the past because of financial situations. Not saying that you are, not saying that I did. I don't know who this is here for. I don't know why I went down this road, but I'm here now. We can't keep living in fear. It's time to put your faith on. It's time to put on the arm of the Lord. And it's time to start walking. And everything that we talk about, everything that y'all post and tweet and Facebook and all the memes that sound good, it's time for you to start living what you're posting. Nah, I'm being led. That's all I can tell you. And I had to deliver this message to a couple of people personally, including myself. And to me, it was a reinsurance that I'm still moving forward. So if you want to move forward, you want to make sure you good money in this time and in this season, because we about to get ready to come up out this wilderness. And I would hate for some of y'all to still be stuck in the wilderness. I don't want you to spend 40 years in the wilderness. That would be asinine. It's
And
time.
now that you said that, let me add, like he said, don't be stuck in the past because when we come over on the other side of this, nothing is going to be the same. There is no going back to what there was. That is complete. That life is completely over. Period. God has created all things new at this point in everybody's lives. are going to be new. And if you can't move into the new, you're going to get lost in the old.
Yeah.
And when I say lost in the old, you're going to perish in the old, honestly. Because if you can't adapt to the new and what God is doing, you're going to get lost, meaning some might lose their mind, some might lose their lives, because we are no longer living in just a physical, but there's definitely a spiritual, stronger spiritual battle. And if you have not centered your life and know what you believe in, you will get swept away.
Hmm.
That's a simple.
And that's the revelation you was given. So maybe that's why I was told to tell y'all to come out your past. Cause it ain't gonna be the same. There's only one person, one being that will remain the same. And that's God. He said, I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. But your life won't be the same. It's elevation time. Welcome to the wilderness. You got saved from Pharaoh. Don't think that you're going to die here. Because guess what? He still made sure you was fed. He still made sure you were good. He still kept the lights on. Some of y'all got some of y'all bills pushed back with no interest attached. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, ain't no use of complaining. Ain't no use of looking back at what you could have had. This was better than that. Because it's not. It's time to look forward. Keep it moving. Come out of fear. Get into your word. Study. Read. Read. I know. I know reading is hard for some people. So guess what? Download the Bible app and you can hit play. It'll read it for you. You ain't even gotta read. It'll read it for you. Look, God knew that some of y'all was lazy. He even made it easy to where you could just hit play. And it'll read it for you. But you need to get into it. And everything that you posting, everything that you talking about, you gonna have to man up and hold true to it. So there's no straddling the fence. There's no one post, God is almighty, and then the second post, you God is from Egypt. This is the time to choose. Because time is winding down. And we almost through with this thing. Y'all, pick a side. Don't know who this is for. Don't know why this came out this way. Don't know why Mama Quita co-signed it, seconded. But just know that we love you. We're going to keep y'all in prayer. But get in your word and understand this. You can say you know God all day long. But if you do not have a relationship with the Father and the Son, if you don't have a relationship with Christ, you don't have a relationship with the Father. I'm sorry. Take me out back, shoot me later. But right now, if you do not have a relationship Because there's a lot of people looking for God and they don't want Christ. But he said, I am the truth, the way, and the light, and only through me can you come to the Father. So a lot of people telling you to find God, seek God, seek God. True, seek God. But you have to accept his son, Jesus Christ, as your Lord and Savior. And you got to have a relationship. You can't play church. Playing church is over. This is why all the churches are locked down. Playtime over. You either in or you out. Now listen, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be done. I ain't saying that God can work miracles. He can miraculously do some things in the blink of an eye. This is a walk. And you have to run your own race. It is not a sprint. It is a marathon. And the more you build your relationship with God, the more you will elevate and graduate. The more things will start to fall off. The more strongholds will let you go. The more things that you can let go, the closer your relationship becomes with God. But you can't be lukewarm. There's no use of looking back. You either going to step in the hot water or you're going to step in the cold water, because he has drained the tub of the lukewarm. I'm not telling you that this walk is going to be easy, because it is not. But you're going to have to pick up your cross. You're going to have to bury it, and you're going to have to carry it. If I got to carry mine, you're going to have to carry yours. Because no matter how good you are, as the young man said yesterday, you can do all the good works, quote all the scripture you want to, and bust hell wide open. So that's our time for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for tuning in and coming back. Nothing has changed. So I guess we'll see y'all back here. What's today? Tuesday. We'll see y'all back here on Thursday with the lovely Mama Quita Love Series. So y'all can get some love and some inspiration. Anything you want to say before we close, Mama Quita? Know what that means. She said it all. Until Thursday, we gone.
It's time to get up and get ready.
Yeah.
For the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. Live with Georgia First Black Governor.